Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is about 11 o'clock in the afternoon today and I have a really long day ahead of me. I have to go to work. I'm doing like an 8-hour shift. So I thought this would be a good day to test out a foundation. I just recently ran out of my Holy Grail foundation, Fenty Beauty. So I've been kind of on a search for a foundation that I'm going to love just as much as that. I could easily go purchase another one, but I want to try something new, have a new experience with my foundations. So today we are going to be trying out the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. Now this comes in a hydrating formula and a matte formula. Now of course I have oily skin, so I went for the matte formula. So we're gonna see how this works. I have a really long day, so the things I've read about it is that it's like the Shape Tape. It's very long lasting. It's gonna kind of adhere to your skin. It's not gonna budge. It's not gonna move anywhere. So I'm really excited to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in and we're gonna get started. Alright, I think we're ready. I pulled my hair back, so we are ready to go. The first thing I'm gonna do is prime my skin. I have not done that yet. I'm going to do my usual because I want to see how it's going to work with like my usual routine. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with the Professional Matte Rescue Gel. This is not like the pore filler primer. This is a gel, and honestly, this is actually a funny story. I bought this when I was kind of first getting into makeup, and I thought that this was the primer. I thought that I was getting the Professional primer. It's not, but I just kept it anyways. I didn't feel like going back to Sephora to return it. And I kind of stopped using it because I wasn't really sure like what it did. Honestly, it's just a gel. It doesn't like fill in your pores at all. But I've been using it more recently, and I feel like it does kind of keep me a little bit more matte throughout the day, and it does hydrate my skin a little bit. And it blurs my pores a little bit. It's not as much as the primer, so I'll do that, but then I'm still going to go in with a pore filling primer, and for that I'm going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I do like this one. I usually the one I had before this was an e.l.f. Primer, and it was like mineral finish primer, I think. So it's the same kind of like silicone primer, so I'm just gonna put that just over my T-zone, just to fill in those pores. And after I have that rubbed in, I do go over it with a beauty sponge. Sorry, this is a really fucking big beauty sponge. But I'll just dab that in to make sure that it's fully, that my pores have been filled in. Alright, and the next step is to drink some coffee. I need my iced coffee. Alright, so now that we are primed, we're moisturized, we're hydrated, I think we're ready to go in with the foundation. I'm really excited, and I'm also kind of nervous. Like, maybe this isn't a good day to be trying out a new foundation when I'm going to be at work. I'm going to look a fool, but we'll see. Hopefully this is my shade. Hopefully this works. So I know it has this big doe foot applicator, kind of like the Tarte Shape Tape, which I don't mind. I like it, but I know some people would be like, that's so unsanitary, like, I don't know, it's touching your face. I'm not a germaphobe. Like, it's only going on my face. I'm not using it on anyone else's face, so I think we'll be fine. So let's go ahead and do this. So I don't even know, I didn't read the directions, but I think you put about 3 stripes on your cheek, 2 on your forehead. And I don't know how fast this is going to dry down, so I don't want to put it on this side of my face yet in case I can't blend it out. So now I'm going to take a beauty sponge and we're just going to blend this bad boy out. Hopefully this is my shade. Careful of not getting it too close to my under eyes because I don't want to make my under eye concealer super cakey or creasy. So it definitely does dry down relatively fast. You're gonna wanna blend it in pretty quickly. Okay, I'm not hating it. And it matches my skin color pretty good. I think it's a hair darker than I usually would go, but I think that's good because usually I feel way too pale when I put on my foundation. And you know, spring is coming. Well, actually spring is here. It's just I live in Maryland and we're getting a snowstorm outside, which is like, come on weather. Come on, get it together. But it will be warm soon. So that's why I'm embracing my, you know, my tropical palm tree shirt. I'm going a shade darker in my foundation, you know, the things that girls do when the weather gets warmer. Okay, so now that this half of my face is blended out, I actually I like it. I'm gonna zoom you in. So it is matte. It's not too matte. It has a little bit of a shine to it. It definitely like fixed any like redness. Actually, my skin's not too red today, but it fixed any of the redness that I had on my face, and I can't see my pores. I think it did a really good job of hiding those pores. It does dry down fast, so that's a good sign that it's going to stay on my face all day. So let's go ahead and do the other side and see what happens. Make sure I blend down my neck. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do a little less because what I put on here kind of covered my nose and everything, at least most of it. It's definitely a full coverage foundation. And if you wanted to sheer it out a little bit but still get that matte finish, you could mix it with a primer or a moisturizer if you so desired, and that's gonna thin it out a little bit so it's not as full coverage. I definitely feel like it's gonna stay on my face all day. It's a little heavy feeling where you can almost feel it on your skin. Not in like a bad way, but it's just like it's there, you know, and we'll see how that goes throughout the day. If that's gonna go away, or if I'm just gonna constantly feel it on my face. Wow, she is full coverage. Her face is beat. I'm kind of loving it. I'm kind of loving it. Ooh, I like it a lot. I think it's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you back out a little bit. Okay, so now that we have the foundation applied, I was gonna use the Makeup Revolution concealer. That's been my new go-to because I felt it's very similar to the Shape Tape. The Shape Tape has kind of been drying my under eyes out. I feel like it makes it look kind of cakey and like creases a little bit, but I still have it, so I'm gonna put it on because I want to see how it's gonna work with the Shape Tape foundation. So let me grab it. So this is, I really like the packaging. It's super cute how they're so similar. I feel fancy and matchy having both of them. So let's see, the shade in the foundation, I am shade Fair Light Neutral. Actually, what I'm gonna do, because it has been a little cakey recently, I've never done this before, so I'm a little nervous. Hopefully it works. I'm gonna apply a drop of argan oil to my beauty blender. Argan oil, I know you're like, bitch, you're putting oil on your face. It does not make you oily. It does not clog your pores. It just moisturizes. So if you have oily skin, your skin gets oily because it's lacking the moisture. So this is I'm just gonna put this under my eyes just because I feel like they just get so dry, especially in the winter. No, I don't wanna do that. I don't want it. I don't want dry eyes. But this is a new trick. I've never tried it, so we'll see. Hopefully it works. And if it does, that's my new go-to thing. Oh yeah. Okay, that's good with this foundation. That works well. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit. Shape Tape also, I feel like it just doesn't blend out easily for me. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know what's going on with me. Okay, so I'm gonna apply a small little pump of the argan oil onto my beauty blender. Ooh, okay. Hopefully that is gonna work. Okay, and we're just gonna blend out the concealer with that. Okay. It definitely sheared out the concealer. It's making... Okay. Alright, what's going on? It's making me a little oily under the eye. And it sheared out that concealer a lot. Let's see. Okay, I think I just used too much oil because see on this one it's not doing the same thing. Okay, this is either a flop or it's gonna work really well. So, okay, let's see. Now it just looks like I have no concealer under my eyes. Like it's taking the foundation off of me. Okay, so this was clearly a flop. I really thought this was gonna work. I read so much about it. Man! Alright. Maybe now that the oil's under my eyes and I put more concealer, girl, I'm just trying to fix this. I'm just trying to fix what I did. I'm sorry, that was a flop. I'm trying here. Okay, so I'm gonna use the side of my beauty blender that does not have the oil on it. Shit. What side was it? I think it was this one. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, so maybe what I'm hoping is gonna happen is that because my under eye has that oil on it, the concealer is not gonna get cakey. It's like not giving me any coverage. What did I do? What did I do? I don't want to start over. God, starting over your makeup is like the worst. I'm about to just leave it. You don't need to be a full coverage girl today. Like, it's not... It's okay. We'll be okay. We'll survive. So now I'm going to go in and really set it because now I have oil all over my face with the Coty Airspun setting powder. And I'm going to use... Woo! That just exploded in my face. I'm going to use this really big, this big girl right here. Just so I can like, I like it because it gets so much powder and I can like set my entire face at once. Especially when I'm in a rush. Alright, I think it's okay. I didn't need to be super full coverage with my concealer and everything today because I am going to work. Like, I don't need to look that extra or anything. So maybe this will work out. Maybe it'll all be okay. So now I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup off camera. I'm going to come back in and talk to you guys a little bit more about how other products reacted over top of it. Minus the concealer. We don't have to talk about that one. That was a flop. Don't do that at home. But yeah, so I'm going to do the rest of it. We're going to talk about how everything is reacting on my skin and how it's feeling right now. It feels a little heavy. I'm interested to see if over time I'm not going to feel it as much anymore. And I'm also really interested to see if it's going to start creasing. If it's going to crease my smile lines especially. That's where I get a lot of crease marks. And I didn't like over bake them today, so I didn't purposely try to not get them. I just want to see how the foundation is going to naturally react to my skin. So yeah, I'll see you guys in 1 second. Bye! Momentary dance break. Alright guys, what's up? I'm back. So this is my final makeup. I didn't do anything crazy, of course. I'm just going to work. I'm not gonna be that extra today. Sometimes I pop in there with like red eyeshadow and everyone is like, what are you doing? You work at a food place. Okay, but I'm here to give my final thoughts. And my final thoughts are, I like it. I like it a lot and I'm excited to see how it's gonna hold up. I am surprised that it does not look super like cakey or heavy on my skin because it is such a matte foundation and it really did dry down. And I don't feel it anymore. Like after I applied all my products, I did setting spray, I don't feel the foundation on my face. It feels very natural. It's just like a second skin. And I think it shows a lot of promise. The products applied very smoothly over top of it. I had no issues. And actually I kind of like the whole oil on the concealer thing. I'm thinking next time though, I'm just gonna do it, I'm gonna put a little bit under my eyes before the concealer instead of mixing it in. Because I think I used too much. But like overall I think like my skin looks very hydrated. It doesn't look dry under the eyes like it usually does when I use a heavy concealer like the Tarte Shape Tape. So, ooh, look at the light. So we're gonna do another check-in at around 2:30-ish before I get going to work. And then you will see me back here again at 10:30 and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. I can't wait to see you guys. Bye. Alright, hey guys, I know I told you I would do a check-in before I went to work, but I totally forgot. And I just got in my car and I'm about to drive to work. So this is going to be a quick little check-in. I don't have my fancy like lighting or anything. This is just my phone. I've been have this foundation on for like 2.5 hours-ish and it looks the same. There's not much to say. I will say, the one thing I will say is that I have a slight like crease for my smile lines, and that happens with pretty much every foundation I wear, and it's really not noticeable unless you're like way up close. From far away the foundation looks really nice. Up close you can see my pores a little bit on my chin, but nothing's breaking apart, nothing's oily, so far it's so good. Now I'm on to the hard part of my day with an 8-hour shift, so that's going to be the real test. So I will see you guys in 8 hours. Bye. Whew. It's been a long day. Guys, I am back. I'm sorry I did not feel like doing anything, even like taking my coat off to film this. I'm so exhausted. But that's good for a foundation test, right? So this is my final check-in for the day, and I've had this foundation on for about 12 hours. Right now it is almost midnight, so I'm definitely ready to climb into bed and get this makeup off my face. But before I do, so my final thoughts on this foundation is that I like it a lot. If I zoom in, it has broken up around my nose just a little bit. So yeah, it has broken up a little bit right around that area, but that's keeping in mind that that happens to me all the time. And I didn't use a blotting sheet, I didn't do anything, I didn't add more powder, this was just on my face all day. So I think overall this foundation held up really well. It's not, everywhere else in my face looks really good, it's just this little nose area, and if I actually touched it up, I think it would actually have worked even better. So overall I definitely recommend this foundation. It's a good price point and it works really well for oily skin. It also probably messed me up that I put the argan oil right there, and maybe the beauty blender kind of got in this area, so that could be another reason why the foundation's is breaking up a little bit around my nose. But yeah, so I really do recommend this, and I think you guys should definitely try it if you're in the market for a foundation that you can wear for a long time and it's still gonna look really good. But yeah, so those are my final thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put all of my social media details down in the description below, just like I always do. Follow me on those, and I always appreciate you guys commenting any suggestions you may have for me or videos you would want me to film. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.